So Team Alpha were 8 Americans, CIA officers, except with asterisk on one of those, who was a Green Beret captain who was seconded to the team for the mission. But they were the first Americans behind enemy lines into Taliban-controlled territory after 9/11. So on October the 17th, 2001, they dropped into the mountains south of Mazar-e-Sharif, 2 Black Hawk helicopters at the dead of night, and they linked up with the warlord Abdul Rashid Dostum, the Uzbek warrior, kind of notorious character with, reputedly a lot of blood on his hands. He wanted to fight. And Team Alpha were able to link him up with the Green Berets, link him up with the US Air Force air controllers who could call in airstrikes. And that was the crucial military piece of the early weeks, because once Mazar-e-Sharif had fallen, the Taliban were on the run, and that their regime, which was to return obviously 20 years later, but their regime for a period, for 2 decades, became history. Their job was to link up with the tribes. They took $3 million in non-sequential $100 bills with them to help sort of grease the wheels. Some of these allies were also rivals with each other, so they had to sort that out. And they had to get them to fight. They had to prepare the way for Green Berets and later on SBS as well, British Special Forces, so that they could coordinate this sort of 19th century horse-mounted fighters that the ethnic Uzbek Afghans had with the awesome might of NATO 21st century air power, and capture Mazar-e-Sharif and sort of signal the end of the Taliban regime. It ranges from sort of anger, frustration, mourning, all sorts of emotions, but people are extremely unhappy about it. But what's been very impressive about the Team Alpha members, and Shannon Spann, who's Mike Spann's widow, who was also a CIA officer at the time, they've channeled their feelings into sort of positive action. So they're working very hard to get Afghan allies out of the country and sort of, fill the vacuum that they feel has been left by the US government. And in fact, my own translator who I was working with in Afghanistan a year ago, he was one of the people that they helped get out, and he's currently staying with me in my spare room. So, that's an incredible, part of that brings the story, right up to the current day.